creative people. I'm Linda Ann Smith. You can catch my blog at Studio ABC, that's see.blogspot.com. I'm a design team member for Color Art, and I'm back today to show you how to turn a canvas into a picture frame. The materials you will need are a discarded canvas, it could even have a hole in it, Radiant Gel's dimensional paint, Silk's acrylic glazes, Primary Elements artist pigments, Primary Elements clear glaze medium, and Aleene's original tacky glue or any strong fast drying glue. You can find all of the painting products at colorarte.com, spelled C-O-L-O-U-R-A-R-T-E. Ever had one of those days where everything you did in art just turned out all completely wrong? Well, you're not alone. I found this in a closet when I was cleaning out my studio. It looks like a bad spill of paint on a canvas, but I don't remember it. So we're going to take this canvas and try to do something with it. What would be your ideas for recovering a canvas like this? Would you do what comes to mind to me first, which would be sand it off, cover it with gesso, sand it off again, cover it with another coat of gesso? Lots of labor intense time. Or would you try to think of something outside the box? We all know it's more fun to break the rules, so I'm going to flip this over and work on the back. I'm going to gesso the back under, including all the wood, the canvas, and under the staples.
There's just so many things you can do in art, and it's nice to learn the rules, but then it's nice to know, to have enough self-confidence to break the rules too. So we're going to break the rules. We're working on the back of the canvas today.
I'm covering over the canvas as well as the wood and the staples. We don't usually want the staples showing. I probably don't this time, but I don't really know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just going to let the creativity flow, and here it is, all gessoed under. Okay, the back side with the gesso is dry, but this side still bothers me, so I'm going to paint it under with black flat acrylic paint. It was kind of like having a monster under your bed. And then I'm going to start putting colors on both back and front of the canvas, the same color, so that I can compare the difference in placing colors over black as opposed to white. This is true in any painting, but especially with these shimmery paints. And I bumped that up and down because this is thick, thick paint. It's Radiant Gels, and they're dimensional paints. If you've had any experience at all in painting, you'll know that the background color or the base coat can make a world of difference in the way the color turns out at the end of the composition. This fun experiment will help me know the colors better for future compositions that I might make. Once I had compared all the colors, I started painting colors over one another, such as I'm painting this autumn leaf over, I believe that's Guatemalan green, and just seeing what that looks like, one over another. It's good to check out the colors and see what shows through. Sometimes you put it might look entirely different if I put the Guatemalan green on top of the autumn leaf. So I'm just kind of playing here. And I kept brushing on color after color, and one side, this back side, seemed to develop more into a warm composition, so I deliberately turned it in to a warm composition on the back and decided to deliberately try a cool combination on the front. Warm color compositions would be those colors that make you think of the sun or something fiery burning, while a cool color composition would be those things that help you think of cool things like water and grass and mountain ranges. Color theory is a whole study in itself, because something like violet can look warm if it's placed beside some colors, but it could look cool if it's placed beside other colors. So it's all a comparison situation. To simplify everything, you can just think of warm colors as being fiery, reds, yellows, and oranges, and cool colors as being the cool blues, violets, and greens. And while we're talking about color theory, have you ever heard that two colors that are straight across from each other on the color wheel, such as red and green or violet and yellow, will make mud? Well, the interesting thing is, when I let these layers dry, it didn't make mud. You could see one color through another transparent color. I really, really like that. Quite honestly, I don't know where these were when I was getting my art degree, but this is one of my very favorite things from color art. These are primary elements. I'm mixing solar gold here, and you notice I just mixed a pinch. It just takes a little bit. The pigment is very, very strong. I'm mixing it with the primary element, clear glaze medium. And I probably would have done a better job if I'd have gotten a clean plate or mixed it on a place where there wasn't already dried paint. But, you know, I was in the mode of creating and I didn't think about that. As I mentioned, this color is solar gold, and it's one of my favorites. And the nice thing about color art is that they make paints of the same color in many different forms, such as you might be able to get solar gold in the pigments, the artist pigments, the primary elements, but you could also get it in twinkling H2Os, which are the watercolors, the hard pen watercolors, or radiant gels, which are the dimensional paints. It takes the guesswork out of it. When I felt I was through comparing those, I made a warm color composition on the back side of the canvas and turned the front side into a cool color combination. Both sides of my canvas when I got through, but you couldn't see both sides at once, so I had to try to think of something else to do. I punched a hole in the center of the canvas with a pair of scissors. Started slicing triangular shapes from that hole to the part of the canvas where the board is, all the way out to the edge, all the way around the canvas, little triangles all the way around. Then I arranged those pieces, those triangular shapes, by twisting them and bending them and shaping them. I pulled them from the underneath to the back of the canvas and glued them with Aleene's glue to keep them in place. But before I did that, I did kind of arrange them and try to stick them down a little bit. Sometimes I would go back and cut an extra one because I wanted an extra design dimension. It wasn't easy to cut. The layers of paint and the gesso, everything that I had put on it, made this very, very thick and very heavy. I had so much fun playing with the arrangement of those pieces, twisting them and gluing them and twisting them again and ungluing them and putting them someplace else. But it was time to make the video, so I had to finish up, and so I got out my glue bottle and I'm down to the end of the bottle. So I'm just going to dip my brush into it and use a long handled brush to reach the glue in the bottom. Since it dries clear, you can use that glue very liberally. Well, I finally stopped rearranging, and here's the result. That was fun. But of course, now you know I have to go take my Color Art paints and make something to go in the center. So, until next time, if you enjoyed this video, please take time to give me a thumbs up. Just click below. And please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. Remember, Color Art has something on their blog every single day, a new free tutorial. So check them out, check out their Facebook page, and thank you for watching.